According to the New York Times, Trump has used the office of the presidency to pocket more than $1.4 billion for himself.
Wait, $1.4 billion off of being the president? That's so rich, it makes every other president look stupid. Like, what was up with George Washington's wooden teeth? You broke bitch. You should have had them molars iced out. So I'm going to say that promise was not kept, but you can't win them all. Let's look at another one.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced an extension to bring back service members who refused the COVID-19 vaccine.
We're extending this to make sure anybody that wants to take advantage of it has additional time to take advantage of it. Maybe you were waiting to see whether we meant it or not. We do.
Oh, shit. That doesn't sound good. When the Secretary of Defense is telling you, I know you didn't want to take the COVID shot, but what about getting gunshot? So you gave people a deadline to re-enlist and they didn't take it, and now you're still extending the deadline to get them back. You are not the one with power. I've been through this entire thing before. My ex left me, and I told her she'd be back in a week. And sure enough, a year later, I got a wedding invitation. So just to recap, the military is now trying to recruit middle-aged people and anti-vaxxers who don't even want to come back. As long as they're not trying to bring in anybody else, maybe we're winning this war. Hey, man, hey, maybe when you hear the words child sex trafficking, the next thing you say shouldn't be, I'm gonna look at it, all right? The only way to phrase that worse is, now I gotta see this. But okay, all right. None of that went well. None of that was ideal. But you can do what you do best and throw a distraction in there. Change the topic away from pardoning sex criminals.
I have a lot of people who have asked me for pardons. I call him Puff Daddy has asked me for a pardon.
Wait, so you don't remember Ghislaine, but you remember that we used to call Diddy Puff Daddy. That was 9 names ago. He put brother in it at one point. All you had to do was mention someone else who was not convicted of sex crimes, which is most people. And you chose Diddy. And I want to remind everyone, we were gathered here to talk about a road in Alaska. We'll see how far you get with that, just because the thing that AI does to people that I don't feel like anyone talks about because it is embarrassing, having the entire world of possibility mixed up in the internet for like A and B testing and for mixing and matching everything that should be copyrighted, right? Having all of the human history that has been digitized and stolen only reveals to you how few ideas you really have. You know what I mean? When you are sitting in front of a thing that's like, this is a text to image AI, right? Type in anything you want, I'll give you an image of it. First 5 minutes, you're probably pumping out stuff that seems funny, fun, I'll show somebody this, whatever. After an hour, you're like, oh, I don't know what I would do with this. But this thing only exists because of the ideas that we have. So it's a vicious cycle that doesn't really go anywhere. And so I think that when the bubble pops, it won't be in some dramatic way where employers are like, we're hiring everybody back because we were wrong. I think it will just quietly be people realizing that it is a tool, but it is not a replacement, you know? So I don't worry about it in that way. But maybe what Europe did here is a lesson for the rest of us. Because Trump barged into Davos like, I want to own Greenland. And Europe just said no. And in just 6 hours, they worked him down from owning Greenland to concepts of a deal. So maybe saying no is something more of us in America might want to try. Instead of complying in advance, college presidents, law firms, media outlets, whoever keeps giving Trump that tacky gold shit to put on his walls, just tell that man no. Right? In the meantime, good on Denmark for standing its ground. You did it. Although if he changes his mind, you might want to bulk up your defenses with some of those binder clips just to be safe. This week was a major milestone because Donald Trump made it a whole year. And I gotta give him a hand. Literally, I think he needs a new hand. Because that hand's got one unopened pickle jar before it slides right off. So tonight I thought we'd do a progress report, you know? What Donald Trump promised during the campaign versus what we got so far. We'll see how he grades out. I'm guessing maybe like an A-. Does that sound good to y'all? Okay, damn, fine, A+ then. I didn't realize y'all were such fans. It's so sad. Remember that friend at the bar who went to approach the beautiful woman? This is like if he just walked back up and you're like, okay, well, what did she say? And he's like, oh, her? Nah, she a ghost. Well, did you at least get her digits? I got concepts of digits. I know there's a 7 in there somewhere. You know what? This is all my bad for thinking Trump's word is worth his weight in gold, because it's definitely not gold. It's more like whatever material they made that Titan submersible out of. What was that, graham crackers or something? Trump's people spent a year saying there are no Epstein files. Now there's 20,000 pages and those still aren't the files. What happened? There's now more pages of Trump-Epstein lore than Batman and Superman crossover. And look, these 20,000 pages weren't all about crimes. A lot of it was just weird bro shit about women that they dated.
Epstein says in these emails that he could produce photos of Donald and girls in bikinis in my kitchen. Epstein claims that he and Trump had dated the same woman back in the 1990s, saying, my 20-year-old girlfriend in 1993 that after 2 years I gave to Donald.
Man, I'm glad Hillary killed that guy. Because I can't imagine a worse way to break up with someone than setting them up with Donald Trump. If someone broke up with me and they were like, I don't deserve you, but you know who does? And then Donald Trump walked in, I'd be like, damn, I didn't know you hated me. Okay, but we have to do something. How do we push back if we can't get into Congress?
Money! Duh! Josh, you ever heard of it? It's called moolah. It's the most powerful branch of government. You want your voice heard? Just get super rich and you can buy whatever politician you want. You can even make them do stuff. You can probably get Ted Cruz to vote on your bill or punch his own dick.
Okay, I'm listening. But how do we get rich enough to buy the politicians?
Okay. Look, one simple way is to insider trade, okay? And the easiest way to do that is to get elected to Congress. Oh, all right, well.
Ronnie Chang, everybody. Like, the only member of the Trump administration that I would believe has an eye injury is FBI Director Kash Patel. I can't tell if that man is blind or can see the future. He always looks like he just saw the Epstein files. But look, whether you love what Trump's done the past year or hate it, he has been busy. Let's hear about some of these incredible accomplishments.
With bullet points like number 243, stripped notorious crackhead and grifter Hunter Biden of his taxpayer-funded Secret Service detail.
Notorious crackhead? That may seem harsh, but name another famous crackhead from the last 5 years. I'll wait. To be fair, the bar on crackhead notoriety is pretty low. Most people don't know the names of too many crackheads. Hell, most crackheads I know don't even know their own names. But look, Donald Trump is not about the past. This man is about America's future. And one of the most brain-breaking things about this ruling is it's literally taking power from black people in the South, and it was voted for by a black guy from the South. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas is black. He might not know it, but he is black. How could you, of all people, vote for this, Clarence? You were like an uncle to all of us. Uncle Clarence Thomas. Uncle Thomas for short. Uncle Tom for shorter. But look, we don't have to pretend here. At the end of the day, we all know that this decision was not about moving on from race. This is the Supreme Court majority handing a win to Republicans. I know that, you know that, and the Republicans definitely know that because their leader said it out loud.
Mr. President, I want to go back to the Supreme Court ruling on the Voting Rights Act. I know you said you haven't seen it.
When did it come out? Just now?
No, it came out this morning, but basically very much narrows the Voting Rights Act.
Was it considered a win for who?
A win for Republicans.
I love it.
You could always count on Trump to get right to the point. Like, it's a win for Republicans. Did you guys hear that? I know this guy did. Come on, guys, that's not going to work. If you want to downplay this story, you need a master, all right? Megyn Kelly, you're a master of spin. Show us what you got.
As for Epstein, he wasn't into, like, 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types. There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. You know, it's just, whatever, it's sick.
How the hell was Megyn Kelly ever an attorney? Your Honor, my client only engaged in diet pedophilia. Ma'am, everyone knows there's a big difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old, but everyone also knows there is never a good reason to be talking about that difference.
So we're going to have more jobs than we've ever had. You will have more jobs. We're going to create a lot of jobs. We will take in so many jobs, millions and millions of new jobs. We're going to do it like nobody else.
Now, did we get millions of jobs? Well, if by jobs you mean the foot jobs your nana is given to pay the electricity bill, then yes. Look, job growth across the country has actually been down, but there's one specific block of Washington, D.C. where job growth is through the roof.
President Trump, of course, serves as the chairman of the Board of Peace.
Donald Trump naming himself chair of the LA Olympics Task Force.
Trump is also the chairman of the Kennedy Center.
For the first time ever, the president served as the on-stage host of the annual honors event.
Touted himself as the acting president of Venezuela.
Whoa, Trump, leave some work for Steve Harvey, all right? Trump is taking everybody's jobs. He's basically AI with even more up hands. Hey, don't look away. This man needs hands. But this is crazy. Trump promised us riches, then he got rich. He promised us jobs, but then he got all the jobs. Wait, what if when we heard all of Trump's promises, we thought he was talking to us, but maybe he was just talking to himself?
We will restore free speech, and we need free speech in this country.
Yes, Trump promised a golden era of free speech. Not for you. They'll put you in jail just for posting memes. But Donald Trump, his speech, whew, it's so free, it seems like it's lost in the woods.
She's a documentariist. Only if you buy a Tesla. Azerbaijan, go, no, F. So it's go, no, F. Is that a proper pronunciation? I would say Abraham. But it's so much nicer when you say Abraham. I said, well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen, pergovirus. As a linguist, translator, and cryptologic technician.
Whoa. Listening to Trump makes me feel like I'm having a medical event. Which is especially bad because he didn't fix health care. Trump has lost total control of the situation. Even his allies in Congress are turning on him.
In an effort to gain clarity, 3 Republicans joined Democrats on the House Oversight Committee to subpoena the Justice Department to give Congress all of the Epstein files.
This fight's coming no matter, this is here. I'm ready to take this vote. I think we should take this vote and move forward, move this country forward, and people deserve transparency.
Nancy Mace, damn. Trump is even losing the white women. Which is great because it means we're getting the white women and we're getting those files, all right? This feels like when you're at the airport and Southwest has delayed you for 23 hours. You're standing in line at customer service and there's a white woman in line in front of you bubbling harder than Prosecco. She's even doing the like, and then she turns to you and says, I'm going to say something. And you're like, yes, 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 white lady. Go up there and get that manager for all of us. All right? Yesterday marked 1 year since Trump's inauguration. That's like 1.5 popes ago. R.I.P. to a real one. I will find your killer. So Trump decided to crash the White House press briefing to tout his accomplishments, but also to do some prop comedy.
Here's the book on accomplishments. And this is something, I'm glad my finger wasn't in that sucker. That could have done some damage, but you know what? I wouldn't have shown the pain. And I would have acted like nothing happened as my finger fell off. That was nasty. I think somebody did that.
Wait. First of all, is finger falling off something you think could happen to you? Is that on the menu? Like, I thought you had the best health report of all time. Now you're telling me fingers are falling off like it's autumn? Oh. But fine, Epstein mentioned Trump in an email. That doesn't mean he did anything wrong. Maybe the email was about how Trump never comes to his sex parties. Rude. I say this because I'm an American, living in America. And no matter what party you're in or who you voted for, it would be better for all of us, as a general matter, if we do not have a sexual predator as president. Because it would make our country look so bad. You know, how embarrassing would that be if we, America, went from being the shining city on a hill to not being allowed within 1,000 feet of the hill? World Cup fans have come from all over the world to see which country has the most athletic black people. But one country has been making their presence known a little more than the rest.
South Florida's getting taken over by the Scottish this week for the World Cup, turning Little Havana into an international street party.
This is so fun. Also, I'm just happy to see an all-white parade where they're not chanting about the Jews. I'm not sure about the bagpipes, though. You know the Loch Ness Monster is back in Scotland right now. Like, finally, I can get some sleep. The only reason I'm so elusive is because I don't want to hear those damn bagpipes.
I wouldn't call that taunting, would you?
Yes, I would. Come on, man. These people are overworked, pissing in Snapple bottles, and demoralized. You're going to make them quit.
Oh, no. They won't. You heard the president. If they try any shit, he's going to take care of them in a different way.
What does that mean?
You know, a different way. You know.
This is confusing me. I got the throat sign, but not the touchdown sign.
Oh, well, come on. I think it's pretty clear he's going to take care of them in a different way. Ooh, jazz hands. You know.
Now, you might think this is just a stack of blank papers, or maybe if you're feeling generous, pictures of boobs. But this file was actually filled with Trump's accomplishments, which is why Trump treated it with the respect, care, and pride it deserved.
But look at this. These are all, each line is something that we did. Nobody did that before. And it's big stuff, too. Look, we have the hottest country in the world.
Wow, okay. Turns out Trump hates reading more than he loves bragging. All right. With all these guys running defense for Trump, all he has to do is act cool. You know, if you get a question, don't freak out. And then just act natural.
The Supreme Court is back in session.
Yeah.
They rejected today an appeal by Ghislaine Maxwell to overturn her conviction. That means her only chance at getting out of prison is a pardon from you. Is that something you're open to
Who are
doing?
we talking about?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
You know, I haven't heard the name in so long.
I said act natural. I haven't heard the name in so long. She's not asking you about the Baha Men. You're over here being like, who? And look, maybe I'm not being fair. You know, how long has it been since you last heard her name? Years? How can you be both a hero and a piece of shit?
I don't know. You could save a cat from a tree, then call it a gay slur, I guess. These controllers know what I'm talking about. Keep up the good work there, Stan, you moochin' turd dragon.
Jordan, this is the problem. People can't possibly believe that Trump is giving federal workers the support they need when he keeps taunting them.
Oh, Trump's not taunting these poor federal workers. Trump's just saying, what's the matter, huh? You want this little paycheck? Who wants this little paycheck? Who wants this little paycheck, huh? Then why don't you get some scotch tape and put it back together, you turd-sucking vultures?
But fine, Trump, you want to take this argument to the streets? That's cool. Macron will take it to the streets, by which I mean the World Economic Forum in Davos, the nicest street in the world. So President Macron, time to deliver a speech that is focused and clear-eyed.
We need more stability in this world, but we do prefer respect to bullies.
I'm sorry. Those glasses are very distracting. I can't tell if you're the president of France or the lead of CSI Paris. Now, to be fair, he said he wore sunglasses because there's something wrong with his eye, which is disappointing to learn. Like, why can't you just be cool for a cool reason? That's like if you saw a bulge in someone's pants and just as you were getting impressed, they were like, I see you've noticed my diaper.
Okay then, looks like I'm gonna have to really bring the hurt on you. Honey? Yeah, I want a divorce, that's right. Take the house and the kids. I know we're soulmates. I don't care. It's over. You ready to give up now, Josh?
Costa, why would you divorce your wife? She's the only thing people like about you.
Oh, you mean my ex-wife? I didn't want to even do this to you, but here we are, just me and you in a room that's spinning. I smell toast. Does anyone else smell toast?
You really should go to a hospital.
Well, joke's on you, dumbass. I can't. I was on my wife's health insurance.
That was from yesterday, during an event Trump did with the Artemis astronauts and the chief of NASA. And we all know Trump loves space, so he has the utmost respect for these professionals.
Sorry, are you considering relocating NASA's headquarters out of D.C. once the lease is up? States like Texas, Ohio, and Florida.
Well, the best man to tell you that is the man standing right over here. You heard that question? With those beautiful ears of yours? He's got great hearing, you know, he's got super hearing.
Trick of the trade, sir.
Wow. He's just standing there like, good one, sir. Haven't heard that since grade school, and I didn't think I'd hear it again, but I did. In my 40s. From the president. Trump just can't resist being a bully. He's sitting there like, hey, they say in space no one can hear you scream except for this guy, right? He can definitely hear it. Am I right? Am I right? And by the way, these astronauts do not look happy to be there. They're like, this is the most uncomfortable I've ever felt. And 2 weeks ago, I was pooping in zero gravity.
over time, that savings is erased by a much larger interest bill, because while the total interest on a 30-year loan would be about $463,000, the interest on a 50-year loan would total more than $860,000.
Signed, Ronnie Chang. So you're saying that after interest, a $400,000 mortgage is going to cost me $1.3 million. That is the opposite of affordability. This man is creating generational debt. They're going to be fighting to get out of grandma's will. Like, grandkids will be like, I barely knew her, all right? I wouldn't even hug her at Christmas because her skin was too loose. And did he really have leverage anyway? All I've seen so far is Epstein and Maxwell saying Trump is a dog that hasn't barked. We don't know what he didn't bark about. Maybe the rest of that email clears him.
I want you to realize that that dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Unnamed victims spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. According to the released emails, Maxwell responds, I have been thinking about that.
Oh, shit. I think the Trump train crashed. Because this isn't just not a good look. It's one of the worst looks I've ever seen. Like, I'm talking Adrian Brody in a Rasta wig bad. Let's kick things off with an update in our war with Iran. It started about a month ago, and today President Trump spoke to the nation with some good news about the war.
They did something yesterday that was amazing, actually. They gave us a present, and the present arrived today. And it was a very big present worth a tremendous amount of money. And I'm not going to tell you what that present is, but it was a very significant prize.
Wait, you got a gift from the people you are currently at war with. When I was at school and they made us read the Odyssey, I couldn't believe the Trojans fell for that Trojan horse. And now I'm watching it happen in real time. The Secret Service is going to be like, Mr. President, please don't bring that to the Situation Room. But it's expensive. And it's ticking. I bet it's a watch. But I guess that's what matters to Trump. He doesn't care about competence. He just wants loyalty. That's why he endorsed Ken Paxton over John Cornyn, and it's why he endorsed Ed Gowrine over Thomas Massie, even though Massie was more MAGA than Trump. But Thomas Massie told Trump he's not going to blow him to get elected, while Ken Paxton told Trump, watch me suck this peanut butter through a straw and see what I can do for you. And it's chunky. And that's the difference between these two parties. They both have kingmakers, but kingmakers are looking for two different things on each party. One looks for this in his candidates.
A fight to reject a politics of big money and small ideas, making healthcare more affordable and making housing more affordable. A vote for a city you can afford.
And the other looks for this.
When people like me, I like them. It's very simple. It's a very simple formula.
That's not really a formula. I mean, I guess it's a formula this guy could understand. Whatever you think about Trump or Mamdani, it's very clear that they are controlling the vibe of their party. And voters are eager to see, come November, which base is going to sound like this. But you know what? Maybe my favorite Trump promise isn't even about a specific policy. It was deeper and more meaningful.
We're going to dream big again. We haven't been dreaming big at all.
No, we haven't. But now Donald Trump is dreaming enough for all of us.
We're showing a picture now of Donald Trump with his eyes closed, battling to keep his eyes open, struggling to stay awake.
Slumped in a chair in the Oval Office today, appearing to nod off.
He may have dozed off a few times.
Hey, don't laugh at him, all right? Leave that poor man alone. He got like 9 or 10 jobs. So bottom line, when it comes to Donald Trump, there's no you in us. And once you understand that, things will go a lot better for us. And by us, I mean Donald Trump. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, unfortunately, we're all in his hands. Look at it. And it's not just Nancy Mace. This is an issue across the entire Karen American community. Marjorie Taylor Greene wants the files. Lauren Boebert wants a special counsel. She's like, I came to Washington to expose pedophiles and jack people off. And I'm fresh out of people to jack off. And while Pam Bondi is stonewalling the Senate, Mike Johnson is shutting the whole House down. That way, no one can vote on releasing the Epstein files. And of all people running interference for the Epstein files, it's Mike Johnson. You think someone who looks like an 11-year-old boy would care about pedophilia, all right? You know, because he might get caught in the crossfire. If you're someone who still has to say, put me down, I'm a grown man, then you should be fighting to release the Epstein files. Maybe he's not some kingpin. I mean, this is America, the country that locks people up for years just because they happen to have a little baggie of drugs. How do we know this marginalized president deserved 45 years? I'm sure whatever this guy did, it wasn't that bad.
Juan Orlando Hernandez helped smuggle 400 tons of cocaine into the U.S.
I'm sorry, 400 tons of cocaine? First of all, how do you even shove all that up your ass? I didn't even know you could measure cocaine in tons. It's like if someone told you they weighed 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Like, the f*** are you talking about? 400 tons of cocaine, that sounds like all the cocaine in the world. Give me another unit based on not all the cocaine in the world.
More than 400 tons, which is about 4.5 billion individual doses of cocaine.
Doses? Is that the term? Hey man, I'm gonna head to the bathroom and do a couple of recommended serving sizes. You could tell this is someone who doesn't know about cocaine because you don't measure it in doses. You measure it in half-written screenplays, all right? That's like saying, hey, do you mind if I get another dollop of meth? But the point is, because if you look at it that way, he might be keeping his promises. Like, look at healthcare. He's been promising to improve healthcare for like a decade now. And things are so bad, the only healthcare most people can afford is watching The Pit and hoping Noah Wiley tells a patient how to treat eczema. But Donald Trump has more healthcare than he knows what to do with.
President Trump says he has no idea which part of him doctors were looking at when he had an MRI in October.
What part of your body was the MRI looking at?
I have no idea.
You have no idea? Are you getting so many MRIs they just blend together? Like, do you just get in tubes that people tell you to? I'm starting to think that if you got close enough to Trump, you could probably just give him a colonoscopy. This guy's presidency is going great for himself. Just look at free speech. I will say, though, you never want to see the guy who's supposed to keep you healthy and safe talk about dying. Like, he's supposed to be leading you. You never want to hear a pilot over the system be like, oh, I just can't wait to get into heaven. Like, can we get to Pittsburgh first? And look, I don't know, man. Heaven is tough to get into. Like, I don't want to throw cold water on your hopes and dreams, but you might want to think about trying to get into, like, a safety heaven. Like, whatever SUNY Albany of heaven is up there. You know what I mean? Like, apply there, you know? Because the truth is, there's probably a good reason for Trump to worry about getting into heaven, you know? It's a, yep. That too. I mean, that wasn't even the first thing I thought of. Crazy how many things there are. Let's kick things off with Homeland Security, which used to be led by Kristi Noem until she was asked to hand in her gun, her badge, and her keys to her plane. Even though Noem is gone, we're still finding out more about her time at DHS, including the $20,000 she spent on a horse rental for a TV ad. Which is crazy. Horses don't even use money. What do they need 20 grand for? Now, obviously, Republicans are mad about Mamdani's win, but it also pissed off the Democratic establishment, which is pretty insane because they're in your party. And Zoran, you need to watch out because you know what happens when establishment Dems are mad at you. You get away with whatever you want. But there was one person who was willing to give Zoran his props and said, game recognized game.
President Trump posted this on Truth Social. Mayor Mamdani pulled through 3 solid communists and has received loud and universal applause from the fake news media. Congratulations, Mr. Mayor. I went 16-0 last night helping to elect wonderful American patriots, and the media doesn't say a word.
Over the past 2 years, he says my endorsement has netted 259 primary wins, almost no losses, 0 media attention, fake news.
Trump sounds like someone at a birthday party trying to remind people it's also his birthday. He's just walking up like, hey, happy birthday, Margaret. Looks like we're both Geminis, huh? And yeah, technically, you know, I've been having this birthday longer, so you kind of stole it from me, you know? But nobody talks about that. And I feel for Donald Trump because he is not wrong about his endorsement clout. Also, you would think that if we're all about to die, Antifa would be the only network on your mind.
ABC is terrible. NBC is terrible. MSNBC is dying, and CNN is dying like a dog. MSNBC is sick. Yeah. They're sick. I would say CNN is not quite as bad as MS. Poor CNN. They're so pathetic. Beautiful black women are wearing a MAGA hat last night on television.
Come on, guys, all right? The plan is to scare people about Antifa. You're not going to do that if you keep trailing off about hot black women you remember, all right? So look, I'm not saying that there's no such thing as Antifa, but I look at Antifa the way I look at Bigfoot. It's big, scary, and tearing up the Pacific Northwest. But all we ever hear about is what the people who believe in it think is happening. Also, why was Jeffrey Epstein writing about his crimes in emails? That's so dumb. He's firing off his BlackBerry to Ghislaine like, hey, girl, following up about the sex crimes. Hope Trump doesn't snitch about the sex crimes. Hit me up if you want sex crimes this weekend. Say what you want about Donald Trump, but he knows better than to put incriminating shit in emails. He does it in person, or on the phone, or reportedly inside a sketch of a naked lady. Don't get me wrong, this is astonishing because if this piece holds, it means the guy who couldn't stop a fight between Gary Busey and Meatloaf brokered peace in the Middle East. So Trump, when it comes to peace, you did it. You know, I mean, you also did a big portion of the war, but you did the peace too. It's like how white people did slavery in America, but they also ended slavery in America. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you. But this shit is getting out of control. Trump is threatening an invasion. Le Top Gun is saying we won't be bullied. Does Donald Trump have any way of getting Greenland without a war?
The Trump administration is reportedly considering paying the people of Greenland to get them to separate from Denmark. White House officials are discussing the possible lump sum payments of up to $100,000 per person in Greenland.
$100,000 to join America? I joined America. I've been joined America. Where's my signing bonus? Like, I thought the reason we couldn't have health care and stuff is because we were broke. Like, if you think Greenland needs this money, let me introduce you to a place called Detroit. no one exercises to improve the government's finances. Imagine if your Peloton instructor was like, okay, 5 more minutes and Kash Patel can fly private to Burning Man. But are we really advertising walking? Isn't that like a basic biological activity? What's the next video in this series? Hi, I'm Dr. Oz. Have you tried shitting in a toilet? But don't let all the things that Constantino hates fool you. One thing I know about him is that he likes being funny and having fun. I know this because he told us.
I like being funny. I like making people laugh. I like having fun. If you're not having fun in life, what else matters?
Why does he look like he's about to read off what my grandma left me at her will? Like, I like being funny, but today's not about me. It's about Eunice Marie Johnson, a wonderful lady. Like, the words he's saying are, I like to have fun, but the tone is saying, I hit a cat with my car and felt nothing. But hey, you know what? $2,000 would help a lot of people. If the money's there, the money's there.
If the president sent $2,000 checks to the 150 million people who make less than $100,000, it would cost $300 billion, even though the tariffs are only projected to raise about $217 annually.
The money's not there. And now I'm starting to get worried because that's $83 billion short. And I'm not saying Trump is the worst president of all time. I'm just saying I've never met anyone who was $83 billion short. And by the way, just as a side note, the woman people say Epstein might be referring to is a Norwegian cosmetics heiress whose name, and I am not making this up, is Selena Middlefart. And if you're watching this from Norway and you're like, it's Middlefart, that is basically what I just said. Now, she has denied that she ever dated either of them, which I get. But more importantly, how is Selena Middlefart a real name? It sounds like a bad spy name. Like if you were a spy and you broke into a super secret security office and right after you grabbed the disc or whatever, you turn the corner and then there's someone looking at you and they say, who are you? And you haven't thought that far. And you almost say Selena Gomez, but you know that's not going to work. So you're like, Selena, and you get nervous when you're, trying to come up with a name and it makes you fart in the middle of your sentence. So you're like, Selena Middlefart. Please, for America's sake, you can't go down this path. This is going to end up with you behind the White House with China doing unspeakable things for money. Please reassure us when you are promising money to people, you have an idea where it's coming from.
You put out a Truth Social post earlier today.
I did.
Where you blasted the air traffic controllers who had not shown up for work and offered potentially a bonus of $10,000 for those who have worked despite the shutdown.
I'm sending them a $10,000 bonus.
Where's that money coming from?
I don't know. I'll get it from someplace.
Now, this video is dropping less than a day since we found out Pam Bondi reportedly warned Trump back in May that his name was in the files multiple times. And it just so happens her next appearance was scheduled last night at a summit against human trafficking. Pam, show us what you got.
I do have a note from the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, that I wanted to share. I'm sorry to miss all of my CPAC friends today. Unfortunately, I am recovering from a recently torn cornea, which is preventing me from being with you.
Damn. Even Pam Bondi's cornea is like, release the Epstein files or I quit. I don't even understand this. Like, why does her cornea mean she can't talk? Like, I don't know a lot about women's bodies, and this is embarrassing to ask, but is the cornea in the throat? So to go a little deeper, the man who shot out the slur was John Davidson, who was at the BAFTAs because there was an award-winning movie based on his life with Tourette's. So yes, his outburst was involuntary, and he addressed it in a statement afterwards. But right after that, I saw a lot of white people who don't have Tourette's giving him a pass. Which is weird because white people don't hand out those passes. White people don't give out passes to say the N-word the same way I don't give out the passes to Cracker Barrel. I know that's not my place. The Baptists also tried to apologize during the ceremony, and here's how it went.
You may have heard some strong and offensive language tonight. The tics you've heard tonight are involuntary, which means the person who has Tourette's syndrome has no control over their language. We apologise if you were offended.
If you were offended? I mean, the only two options are being offended or liking it. Saying if ruins a whole apology the same way kind of ruins a whole wedding vow. I vow to kind of be faithful. Also, maybe the apology shouldn't come from the host of the Traitors. I honestly don't trust anything that man says anymore. But enough from Floop from Spy Kids. Let's go even deeper. I mean, if they're not bleeping the N-word, they must not bleeped anything.
The big question this morning, why did these outbursts remain on the broadcast when other parts of the event were cut, like the words of one award winner who said, "Free Palestine"?
Now, whenever I hear something bleeped, I'm gonna assume they might be saying "Free Palestine." I'll be listening to music like, oh, wow, I didn't realize Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion wanted a wet-ass Free Palestine. How could this possibly happen?
The corporation said producers were overseeing the coverage from a truck and simply did not hear the slur.
Oh, that makes sense, because most of the times I've been called the N-word, it's been hurled from a truck. But never email. Trump has to be pretty unhappy. That new evidence is coming out because he's worked so hard to prevent that. Remember, Ghislaine Maxwell got moved into a country club prison after she gave an interview saying this.
I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects.
Well, no, that's something. And she said it British, so you gotta believe her. I don't know what she's got on him, but it must be bad because she didn't even exonerate him. She didn't say Trump is innocent. All she said was, I didn't see him do anything. I also didn't see him do anything. What do I get? But look, whether you love what Trump's done the past year or hate it, he has been busy. Let's hear about some of these incredible accomplishments.
With bullet points like number 243, stripped notorious crackhead and grifter Hunter Biden of his taxpayer-funded Secret Service detail.
Notorious crackhead? That may seem harsh, but name another famous crackhead from the last 5 years. I'll wait. To be fair, the bar on crackhead notoriety is pretty low. Most people don't know the names of too many crackheads. Hell, most crackheads I know don't even know their own names.
According to the New York Times, Trump has used the office of the presidency to pocket more than $1.4 billion for himself.
Wait, $1.4 billion off of being the president? That's so rich, it makes every other president look stupid. Like, what was up with George Washington's wooden teeth? You broke bitch. You should have had them molars iced out. This is one of the saddest images I've seen in months, and I follow one of those hairless cats on Instagram. You know the medal is only a symbol, right? Like, just because I steal A$AP Rocky's wedding ring doesn't make it so I'm married to Rihanna. Unless it would. I guess it's really what she thinks. Like, it's kind of her decision to make, and I'm waiting. So look, earned or not, his or not, Trump has the Peace Prize. And who knows, having the Peace Prize might make him a man of peace. So the GOP didn't do Trump any favors by releasing these emails. They basically saw his grease fire and said, let us add some water. And his supporters on TV aren't doing that much better.
This is obviously an attempt to smear the president by cherry picking.
This is just all for show.
A distraction. Just ridiculous.
The carnival showed
It's journalistically malpractice.
Why weren't they as concerned about Bill Clinton?
They love to create drama.
This whole Epstein Files thing,
a little bit played out.
Played out? You know shit's bad when the sensationalist media is like, you guys don't want to hear about the international island sex scandal. Let's talk about budgetary cuts. Let's get nasty. So look, I don't know what Ghislaine knows about whatever Donald Trump did. All I know is that every detail that comes out makes him look more and more suspicious. And if you thought this couldn't look any worse, wait till you see the birthday card that Trump sent that dog. Donald Trump's been having a pretty good time. The shutdown ended, he didn't have to concede anything, and he didn't even have to give poor people health care, his favorite kind of deal. Everything's coming up Trump. Nothing can stop the Trump train now.
Breaking news, convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein mentioned Donald Trump by name several times in private emails.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Trump train is experiencing a slight delay. There is an Epstein file on the tracks. We should be moving as soon as we get that cleared. So let's just stay calm and see what the email said before we jump to conclusions.
These are emails from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell. This is one from April 2nd, 2011. And in this email, Jeffrey Epstein writes to Ghislaine Maxwell and says, quote, "I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump."
Okay, that doesn't sound good at all. But, you know, that dog hasn't barked could mean a lot of things. Maybe Trump's feet hurt, all right? What could be worse than waiting in line for 4 hours?
Our next guest's flight was at 10:45 p.m., and he did everything right. He got to the Atlanta airport at least 4 hours early, but he says he didn't get through security until 3:20 the next morning.
9 hours? Someone waited in TSA for 9 hours. You may not have started in that line as a terrorist, but after 9 hours... This man waited in line for the length of a shift. That means he saw the TSA agent clock in from a distance. And right as he got to the front, they clocked out in his face. By the time I get that pat down, it better be the best one I've ever had in my life. I'm talking full release, all right? If this is what flying is gonna be like from now on, you may as well go to the airport now, just in case you ever have a flight someday. Donald Trump is promising to lower drug prices for America. That's the news for the day. And I'm sure no one is going to talk about anything else.
Brand new bombshell reporting from the Wall Street Journal.
The Wall Street Journal reporting that U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi told President Trump back in May that his name appears multiple times in the Epstein files.
No. You're best friends. You're best friends with a pedophile for 10 years, one time, and the world never forgets it. But yeah, this whole time, Trump already knew he was in the Epstein files, which is a good reminder that if someone's acting guilty, they're probably guilty. No one's ever going to be like, don't look at my browser history. You'll see all the charities I volunteer for. But the good news for Trump is this is America. We don't read. Let's start with maybe the biggest promise Trump made during the campaign.
I'm telling you, you're going to become very rich. You're going to become rich as hell. You're not going to know what to do with the money.
Yes, we will. It'll be 10,000 years before I run out of ideas for what to do with the money. You give me unlimited money and I run out of ideas for how to spend it, I'll just start eating it. Americans will always figure out what to do with extra money. Have you ever seen how many cyber trucks we've sold? That shit can't even drive over loose gravel, and I still see one every day. Now, the question is, 1 year later, did Trump make us all rich? Considering your Nana asked the whole family to subscribe to her OnlyFans so she could pay the light bill, I would say no. If I'm being honest, I don't know anybody who's feeling richer.
Did you personally approve the prison transfer for Ghislaine Maxwell that your Justice Department...
I didn't know about it at all, no. I read about it just like you did. Pardon for who?
For Ghislaine Maxwell.
Well, I'm allowed to give her a pardon.
Would you consider a pardon or a commutation for Ghislaine Maxwell if
It's something I haven't thought about.
Do you support the Justice Department seeking an interview with Ghislaine Maxwell?
I don't know anything about it. They're going to what? Meet her?
That was all summer long. People say 2025 didn't have a summer song of the year, but no. The song of the summer was the reporters asking Donald Trump about Ghislaine Maxwell. If it was eligible, it would have been #1 on Billboard. But okay. Take a breath. First thing, wasn't great. You can fix it, all right? They ask you if you're going to pardon her. You barely remember her, right? You don't know her, and you're trying to get into heaven, buddy. Remember? That's the plan. That's the journey you're on. You're trying to get into heaven, and you don't even really know this lady, so you're obviously not even going to consider pardoning her.
Well, I'll take a look at it.
But you're considering
I will
that.
speak to the DOJ. I wouldn't consider it or not consider it. I don't know anything about it. So
Why would she be a
I will
candidate?
speak to the DOJ.
Why would she be? But she was convicted of child sex trafficking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to take a look at it.
So that's all the news in terms of bombshell emails? It's not a lot. It's not like there's an email with a journalist where he's strategizing how to blackmail Trump.
Michael Wolff says, quote, I hear that CNN is planning to ask Trump tonight about his relationship with you. If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the House, then that gives you a valuable PR and political currency. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you. Or if it really looks like he could win, you could save him generating a debt.
I like that Epstein was like, yeah, that seems like a lot of work. I'm probably just going to kill myself. It's why you should choose your friends wisely, because remember, if you do something embarrassing in front of a friend, that's a memory. But if they turn on you, it becomes ammo.
Epstein suggesting reporters ask my houseman about Donald almost walking through the door, leaving his nose print on the glass as young women were swimming in the pool, and he was so focused, he walked straight into the door.
There is no way this dude is Looney Tunes level horny. Like, you know, there's normal level perv, and then there's Kool-Aid Man level perv. Hey, Don, you want to see some girls in the pool? Oh, yeah. And look, also, I'm not saying Trump has a micro penis. But it's weird he got all horned up and his nose hit the glass first.
An ex-banker refiling his bombshell lawsuit against a female executive and adding alleged new evidence.
A family friend claims that he witnessed some of this, specifically says he was asleep on the couch one night when the JP Morgan boss came out of the bedroom completely naked, sat on the couch, smoked a cigarette, and said, you need to come in here and join us.
Yep. He refiled with a witness, and it's even pornier. This guy is starting to feel like the Jussie Smollett of sex. Like, why is the witness testifying and flexing at the same time? I heard them having sex, but also she was begging to have sex with me. But I said no because I'm constantly having sex. So I just went back to sleep on his couch. Because, you know, none of that was a dream I had once. Just another day in the life of a couch surfing sex god. And then that guy is just like, oh, okay, do you know where the bathroom is? But these emails don't just show their friendship, they show their frenemyship. And after their bromance ended, Epstein really showed that hell hath no fury like a pedophile scorned.
He says Trump is borderline insane. He says Donald Trump is effing crazy. Maybe Donald Trump has early dementia. Rumler says Trump is so gross. And Epstein responds, worse in real life and up close.
Damn. A pedophile called you all that? That's That's wild. It would be like if the devil came out and said, y'all, Diddy gross, okay? We were alone for 5 minutes. You know, he tried to kiss me. And when I pushed him away, he hit me with a water balloon full of baby oil. I don't even know what that's for. This is one of the many reasons being friends with a pedophile is a lose-lose situation. Because as a character witness, if they're like, this guy's disgusting and I'm a pedophile, that's bad. But on the flip side, if they're like, yeah, I know him, he's a pretty good hang, that's also horrible. Don't get me wrong, this is astonishing because if this piece holds, it means the guy who couldn't stop a fight between Gary Busey and Meatloaf brokered peace in the Middle East. So Trump, when it comes to peace, you did it. You know, I mean, you also did a big portion of the war, but you did the peace too. It's like how white people did slavery in America, but they also ended slavery in America. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Either way, this is a reason to celebrate. And look, if this deal holds, maybe we should give Trump the Nobel Peace Prize. Or, and you won't like this either, we let him burn the Epstein files. He only gets one, but he gets to pick, all right? Now, maybe you're wondering how the world found out about this peace deal. Was it a grand announcement like the Treaty of Versailles? Or like the end of World War II, where nurses and soldiers met up in Times Square just to make out? No. This is Trump's America, so it was much stupider.
At the White House yesterday, the president interrupted by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, seen handing him a note and then whispering in Trump's ear. Photographers catching the handwritten message. We need you to approve a Truth Social post soon so you can announce deal first.
Wait, they plan his Truth Social posts? So when I see one all misspelled and half in caps at 3 a.m, that was the plan? It's like scheduling that you're going to shit your pants.